There we go. Hello, hello. We should be live. Let me just check really quick. There's no technical difficulties. And come on. There we go. Yes, we are live. All right. Welcome to my stream about building a brand while young. So, I've done a couple of streams on YouTube already, but this is my first solo stream on LinkedIn. I've done a couple of them, with like interview style with my dad or something like that. But now this is my first solo stream, and I'll be talking about just how I feel as a 19-year-old college student on LinkedIn, what I've learned, and how I'm trying to grow, and then uh, stuff about the future as well. So I see we have one viewer currently. Wow, that's how it typically is, but uh, still pretty early, so we'll see if people start popping in. But I'll just start talking. I don't have a planned script really. That's not a. This is going to be more of a freestyle thing, or if something comes to mind, I'll just say it. Kind of a flow of what you call like a flow of conscience. Just speak my mind. So yeah. All right. Well, I just wanted to say to whoever's watching, thank you for your support on my profile and everything on my posts, because that has been great. I've been on my posts that about my experiences and everything. I've been getting a lot of reactions, engagement, and even though I have like a smaller amount of followers, I have comparable numbers to like people even with 10,000 followers, which I'm really grateful for my great network and everything. But if you're new to the profile or to the channel, subscribe, go follow me on LinkedIn, and support me. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But yeah, it's been great. The journey's been great so far. I've been at it for about a month and a half, I would say, consistently. So I've just been active on LinkedIn, doing everything from engaging, posting, now going live. Just wanted to incorporate that, uh, just everything. And then on YouTube, I've just I've been engaging on multiple platforms. I actually have a new Twitter account as well, where Global Productions Twitter account, where I engage with other people's comments. It's a little slower on there on that side, but on YouTube, I've also been started doing that. And yeah, so like I said, I just want to increase visibility. So that's my main goal for the next couple of months, maybe half a year. Who knows? Who knows how that'll go? But so far, yeah, like I said, it's been going great. I've just yesterday I actually got, well, let's see, I think I have. Oh, jeez, it's loading so slow. I've had just yesterday I got 17 new followers. So one of my best days in the last month, I think, if not the best. And it's not gonna load. Okay, here. Darn it, I'm not showing it on the thing. It's my own metrics. There we go. And it's gonna just, okay, never mind. Oh, oopsies. Yeah, it's just not gonna let me see the statistics for whatever reason. But yeah, I just saw it before, and it's like a big spike. So I'm really really grateful for that. Yeah, and so also on LinkedIn, what I've been doing is I've been doing casual chats with people. I've just been inviting random to me people, like from my network, first connections, to casual chats. Just talk about stuff and introduce each other, introduce yourself to each other and everything, and talk about possible, like doing something together. If I think we got a new message in the chat. Ah, yes. Engagement is everything. I didn't even have the chat open. Sorry about that. Yeah, but yes. Engagement is just, yeah, it's important because you put yourself out there. People see you, um, from your network, because people can. LinkedIn tells people when you put a comment on someone's post or something. The more active you are, the more you'll just stand out. You'll be everywhere. You'll be on everybody's eyes. That's that's the visibility part. Let's see if it'll work for me now. I have to reload. Oh, there we go. Actually, not my best day in the last month. My best day was January 4th when I got it was a social Saturday. I got 24 followers. Yeah, but on this last like a couple days ago, Friday, I got 13, then 17, and today I got 8. So a big period of growth right now. So it's great. And yeah, so in those meetings, you just uh, talk about stuff. I mean, I've had a lot of great conversations with about like 20, I want to say 25 people. Well, no, I have had conversations with 21 people, but then I have 4 more meetings this upcoming week, and there was also a guy who wanted to like reschedule a meeting. So we'll see how that goes. And even from just those casual chats, I've had a couple of possible opportunities, like business opportunities. Meaning, one person even said, "Hey, we had some like videos or whatever. So we had like a podcast. We needed some episodes made out of that or whatever, like shorts or something like that, promotional shorts." So I was like, "I'm open to that, no problem." But it's not like I try to sell only. It's like just talk and see what comes of that, because um just talking surprisingly reveals a lot of stuff about people, and it's mutual. Because and everybody's been nice in those meetings, because everybody just said like, yeah, it's admirable that you're doing this at such a young age and everything. And yeah, most of the people that I met are, well, no, not most, all of them are older than me. And I think I wrote in a post, I think the age range that I think it was like 25 to like 60 or something like that. But hey, still, I like to soak up the all the information that people give. So that from that perspective also, that you just uh, get new perspectives and fresh and all of that. So for example, I had a chat with one lady who I told like, hey, I'm basically a law student, and well, I'll be going to law school. I plan to go to law school, and I'll also do these videos. And she was like, there's going to be a time eventually, like when you just before law school or something, where you're going to have to decide whether you want to do videos or law school. So I was and she said that you're going to have to decide for one or the other. And so she said that it's best to do that now, like combine it, basically, the two niches. So just contact some law offices around me, maybe in combination with an internship. Ask them like do that I could make videos for them. Like ask them, like, hey, I'm a college student here. I'll actually be sending those emails tonight to the law offices in my area, and I'll be like, hey, I do videos, I do that, and you know, perhaps like during my internship, I could make you some good videos, good shorts that'll definitely engage your clients and everything. So yeah, that's another one. So just great insights all around from these talks. Uh, can't even recall a lot of the specifics, but just people from all walks of life. Veterans, cybersecurity people. You got uh, another one was like marketing, people with marketing and website developers. What else? Like hospitality, like people that work with hospitality groups and everything. So it's just a lot of different people, and always like that's why I like to talk always. Yeah, never mind. So yeah, so still so far one viewer. Anyways, I think it'll get seen eventually, but never mind that now. Anyways, what else do I want to talk about? Maybe the future of it. Um, get back. Probably I probably left out a lot of stuff that I'm doing now that needs to get mentioned, but I'll probably remember as I talk about the future. So the future is to continue this for the foreseeable future. Um, I don't know. My goal, optimal goal, would be within a half a year of consistent engaging and working and building that brand. Then eventually, maybe like 30,000 followers on LinkedIn. Uh, Sounds pretty challenging right now with me having only like 1,000 followers right now. But hey, I think my uniqueness of being 19 on LinkedIn is very rare because I asked ChatGPT about this, and of course, LinkedIn doesn't really have doesn't put out metrics of their users and ages or demographics or whatever. But ChatGPT estimated that um, people on LinkedIn ages 15 through like 19, I don't know what I asked, 15 through 21, I think, was only like 2 to 5% of the entire, you know, LinkedIn population. So that was an estimate, of course. So it might not be even accurate. I got a new comment, I think. Oh, it's an emoji. That's why it didn't show up. Okay. Yeah, that too. I'll mention that. Yeah. Anyways, where was I? I actually got distracted. See, and the more I try to think about it, the more I lose it. Um, I'll actually, I'm just, I don't know. Sometimes I'm just, my brain's turned off and I'm stupid. Now I try to recollect what I was talking about and I can't remember. Let's rewind. Sorry about that. Right. My uniqueness as a 19-year-old student on LinkedIn. So, and I've seen it all around me here, like college campus, and I've talked with a lot of people about it, and they're not really into building a professional network on LinkedIn early for one reason or another. Maybe it's not a lot of time, but that might just be a cop out, in my opinion, because, like, really, how many responsibilities realistically can you have, right? When you're in college, like, I know I had a lot last semester, at least at the beginning of the last semester, because I had, you know, business networking. I was trying to build a YouTube channel. I was trying to build that LinkedIn network, sort of. It was, kind of half-assed, but was getting into it. And I also had two part-time jobs totaling 57 hours a week. That means 13-hour days on on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then there was, of course, studying, school, and everything. So I would say that was a lot of responsibility. But I think, like, people here, that's what I see, like, with everybody. It's like it's everywhere. It's like I just recently I was walking down, like somebody opened the door for me, and it was just like, you know, the person yawned like at 12 p.m. and I was like, okay, interesting. Then I was walking to class at 9:30 a.m. I was walking to class, and like I was like, oh, I'll go to my dorm and I'll take a nap, and I was like, at 9:30 already, like, okay, I could understand if he woke up at like 5. Sure, okay, but at the same time, uh, 4 hours after waking up and you're already gonna take a nap. It's interesting. So what uniqueness for money? What does that mean? Uniqueness for dollar bag emoji. What does that mean? You got to explain that. Yeah, I think he means like that I'm unique in, I don't know. I'm not sure. Anyways, as I was saying though, everybody here is just like the circadian rhythm of a college student here, at least, would be um class in the morning, lunch, nap, class, nap, athletics, if they have them. Otherwise, it's another nap. Then dinner, and then either another class or sleep. So, that's just um, how it works nowadays. College students, there's always like a stereotype that they were lazy, but I think now it is possibly like we're, I don't know. It's always like this thing, like, where people say now it's worse than ever. Something is worse than ever. I don't want to say that because I didn't live through, like, when colleges first became booming, like 60s, 70s. But from, at least from my experience, everybody is like really, uh, I don't know, lazy. And now I sound like a boomer, but I didn't mean for that in any way, shape, or form. But everybody, like, that I talked with from even like my kind of age group, that 25, 30 or whatever, they agreed with me. So and I talked with a guy who said like, oh yeah, he had like a geography degree or something, and then he realized that he would need more than a just a degree, a bachelor of arts. He would need a master's degree for most geography fields. So he started only at like 25. He started his LinkedIn profile, and then he started building it up. So I kind of learned from those people, and it's really something looking at, and I've talked with also like my peers here on the campus. And just yesterday I actually talked with one, and I was like, hey, are you on LinkedIn and everything? He said, I asked him if he has a LinkedIn profile, and he said, like he said maybe, or like I'm not sure, or something like that. And I was like, yeah, you're gonna have to build that up. But then he told me like, yeah, I mean, I have like already, I might have like a family uh, business kind of position. I was like, oh, okay. So there's the same thing with like people. He's like a marketing finance major or something, and it's the same thing with a lot of people here. It's like when they don't want LinkedIn, it's either they're going to work in a family company like that, so they already have like a plan B, an exit avenue that way, or they're like set. Like he told me, like he has his own like a venture capital for whenever he gets out of college, um, and he could just build anything with that. And he was thinking about doing something with AI, and I might talk to him about that more and see if our interests align. I might uh, book a discovery meeting with him. I'm just joking, no, but I we'll see, I guess. Um, anyway, so here, what else did I want to talk about? Well, he didn't elaborate on uniqueness for dollar bag sign emoji, whatever. So um, I'm in the dark now. Yeah. Also, what else? Oh yeah. So that was just the LinkedIn part. I'll continue doing the engagement, the the casual chats, of course, and well, those are going to be a little tougher when if I get hopefully 30,000 followers and the connections with that, of course. So uh, I'll probably still, even if I do have that number, I'll still set aside time weekly for those, um, but not too much, because meeting with 25,000 people, yeah, it's just a little different. So maybe I'll pick the most interesting ones and active ones out of those, because that's another thing that I noticed. And I don't know if I made a post about that, but I'll actually write that down right now. If I didn't, I'll check. And that is that so many people, like that I scroll through, I go to my connections and I scroll down to look for people who I can send my invite to for the casual chat. They're inactive. So I'll write down inactive um, LinkedIn users. And it's typically like people who I've been connected to for about, say, 7+ months. There. Yeah. So, and it's interesting to see because, what the, oh, sorry. Never mind. Uh, Another comment, but hang on, I'll get to that. So it's interesting to see when I just scroll through and there's just a graveyard of people. I have so many connections that are just completely gone, that haven't posted in months. So it's just, that's also interesting to see when I try to, a lot of those are just dead connections, and I try to maybe message them or something, but they're just not on anymore. They're not active. It's just a graveyard. So and sometimes I actually sent it to like a couple of people that were like gone, but turns out that they actually responded, and a couple booked the meeting, but they're just not really doing much on LinkedIn and not growing that. So but from a professional standpoint and from a college student standpoint, I learned over the past month and a half that uh, maybe a little more now. I'll say 2 months. That growing a LinkedIn profile is really important alongside a good resume, alongside good internships, of course, and alongside good experience. And so it is just a key if you want to go somewhere else after college. So people will be really surprised when one day it's like, oh, I have a major in this specific major. For example, let's say I'm a history major, so let's just say I have a history major, right? And they think they'll land a job, a dream job at the Smithsonian, for example. Okay, well, that's not just gonna happen like that. It's not like just by the virtue of you having your degree, you'll automatically get your dream job. So that's going to be a point of surprise when they get out of college and they're going to struggle to find a job. And I'm not wishing anything upon them. God forbid that happens. And I wish that they get on here and start building it now, which is what I'm trying to communicate to people here. But if they don't, then they might just get stuck in a loop of finding some part-time jobs, some minimum wage jobs, possibly some jobs that they didn't even want to ever do. Um, some people might start discovering themselves after college when you're supposed to be doing that kind of in college through, for example, internships and searching jobs through LinkedIn and everything. So there's that. And on LinkedIn, there's also always a lot of opportunities to explore. And, when you have that network, you can just uh, always talk with people about different opportunities and everything. So yeah. Now here's the new comment. Uniqueness makes you stand out, which makes you memorable. Yeah, the one best remembered makes the most money. That's branding 101. Yeah, of course. So originality, there you go. Uniqueness, originality. I would say I'm very original on LinkedIn. I don't imagine, like, I know people from college here, yeah, they go to like a job fair, their first job fair, their freshman year, they create that LinkedIn profile because everybody says so, right? Like, yeah, create a LinkedIn profile. So they do it. They might fill out some information. A year later, they haven't done anything with it. It's just there, right? So they think like, yeah, they accumulate connections. Don't get me wrong. I've noticed like people, some people like just post twice a year. Let's say like, oh yeah, I landed this internship, and everybody's like, oh, congratulations or whatever. And they might get, you know, that like 800 connections even, let's say, but they're not active with them, and it's mostly other college students. So I've been searching more. All of my entire network is not non-college students, mostly, like, not even from my college. I had some people from my college, but not everybody. And most everybody from their networks is out of here, out of college, whose accounts and their networks are also, just out dead, just gathering digital dust, as I wrote in one of my posts. So yeah, so just that uniqueness aspect of me being a 19-year-old student, building a professional brand this early is, at least in my opinion, I mean, I've been told that it is pretty unique, but then from that I could make that assumption that it is very unique. And so I decided, actually relatively recently, that I'd make that the focal point of my like what would you call it? Like a bio, the description, like I put in, like the 19-year-old building a professional network, as one of my, like, a tagline, whatever, like where I had a YouTube video production, whatever. So instead I wrote that there. And yeah, and since then it's actually helped me, gather a lot of people. And I've been active during social Saturdays, and I've been active throughout the week. Like, I just checked, I had like 130 um like comments on different posts. So yeah, so if I can't recommend anything because I'm still new to this kind of, but I would say, and I would say I'm right, that if you are trying to grow and trying to become visible and trying to build that brand, you have to be active um, at as many places as you can, right? I also promised to talk about some drawbacks, and that kind of reminded me of that. Some drawbacks for me, at least, include, class. Just last semester was actually um, way easier from now, comparing this semester to last semester. So I'm kind of sad that I didn't listen to my dad again, who was in the chat, and that I didn't start doing it Well, I did start going like to business networking and all of that last semester in September, but I didn't actually start engaging with people. I didn't start doing those casual chats, the live streams or whatever, and there was way more time to do that. Now is genuinely just work and reading and writing. Like I can show you, I'll just show you the books actually. Let's make it a little visual here. There's a couple more. I don't have everything printed, but let's see. Here's one. That's for this semester in one class. Here's another one. Here's this, and then Franz Kafka, which I'm actually finishing this week. So, and then there's of course more books that are that I didn't buy that you don't need to bring physically to class. There's also readings that are, like I said in one of my posts also. It's every Monday I have a class that's 2 hours and 40 minutes long, and for each of those it's more like a discussion seminar type of class. So you need to have the readings printed out, and it's typically like 100, up to sometimes even above, but I'll say up to 100 pages of text. So so that's weekly. I'll actually have to focus on that today right after I end the stream. And so also I had another book that I needed to read in a couple weeks from the beginning up until this last Thursday. So that was like a 160-page book, another one. So it's just a lot of stuff to read. Then of course essays, written responses, research paper proposal eventually. That's what it's going to be. So I'll need to record podcasts, like a podcast episode for for one of my classes actually. So it is a lot of it. So that's one of my drawbacks. And if anyone wants to become more visible, talk to me. Do you mean that for yourself, or do you mean that for myself? I'm assuming you mean that for myself, but I'm not sure again. It's kind of vague. Yeah, I guess I'll just assume that's for me. So yeah, my dad said in the comments, if anyone wants to be more visible, talk to me. And I'm assuming that he means that for myself. So that means, just, oh, and then there's an emoji. Never mind. So yeah, if just reach out to me if you want a casual chat with me. Of course, we're already almost at 30 minutes, and I didn't even cover half of it. I might go a little bit over, but not too much. But yeah, so what else do I want to talk about? Yeah, just those. That's one of my drawbacks. Some people, I understand if other college students have that, but then I also have trying to set up those casual chats, engagements on LinkedIn, working on YouTube. Nothing. Never mind. I thought I saw another comment. Working on all that visibility on the platform, on all platforms like YouTube, Twitter, and LinkedIn. And so that's what I'm trying to build right now. And it's been going, like I said, pretty good so far. I got 2 more. Never mind. Again. Anyways, I don't know. I keep seeing new comments, but they're not popping up. I don't know. Yeah. And yeah, so that was one of the what else I want to talk about? Maybe actually no, sure. I'll admit that last semester I also had an issue where I was just kind of scared of talking with people. And it was not like I'm not afraid of talking with people in that sense, like they're strangers or whatever. No, I'm not that, but it's just like I was afraid of saying something wrong, or just I wanted to have everything perfect. That's that perfectionism and imposter syndrome as well, because when I made my videos and I showed them to people, I just didn't see the I don't know, the when I compared myself to other people, especially like to other YouTubers or whatever, I just was like, oh, my content is not enough. It's like I always looked at it just in a negative sense when I showed it to people and they told me, oh yeah, that's good or whatever. I didn't believe them. I genuinely didn't believe them. I thought they were just saying that to like console me, comfort me. It's like, oh yeah, but yeah, so that's why I didn't believe them. But then I just kind of came to realize also with my first client who said I did a great job, by the way, which I'm thankful and grateful for. So he's helped me realize, and I kind of came to that realization that my content is probably good, and I've accumulated over the existence of the channel, which is since 2022. I've accumulated 500,000 eyes on me. So I guess some people are interested. Thousands of views on a couple of shorts, of course. So maybe it is good. Maybe that's my originality in my own content that I make in my shorts, which you can check out on my YouTube channel, by the way, if you're watching on YouTube. Yeah, but so I had that kind of a drawback as well, where I just didn't want to mess anything up, where everything had to be just right. But I just came to realize that that's what held me back for a long time. And so yeah, and I've said that multiple times, also in a lot of comments on LinkedIn, that I'm not letting that control me anymore, and I'm just going all out because time is short. I'll be out of college in 2.5 years, and despite that number seeming pretty hard, that time, the amount of days, like, it's fast. Just yesterday, I was moving into the dorm, into the new dorm, like for sophomore year, and now I'm here. Now it's already second semester is in full swing. It's already the end of January. It is a little crazy to think about, but yeah, time is short. Life is short, and it's you have to do uh, everything in the moment. If you don't want to miss out on anything, you just being held back, waiting for the perfect time. Just wait. You have to wait, until until everything is right. Until I've had all my stuff ready or whatever. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work, and you're never gonna be fulfilled. That's what I came to realize also from a lot of the talks that I've had. Again, if you want to schedule one with me, I can send you a link through which you can schedule it. But um, yeah, and also life is volatile. Talk with a guy who said that he was the same way as I was. Had a history, a bachelor, BA of history going, wanted to go to law school, ended up taking a whole different marketing route, which worked out for him. So that's fine, of course, but it just shows that no plan is finite. There's no plans are fine in the sense that they give you direction, and you have to know what you're working for. You set those goals, and you have to do hard work, focused hard work, and it's going to get you somewhere. It's going to get you, for example, in my case, more visible. My goal is that 30,000 followers in a half a year, so I'm going to be working towards that. It might not be, for example, 30,000. It might be, say, 15 or 10 or something, but it's still going to be way more than I have now. So you just have to, but you have to get into it. You can't just be waiting around. You just, that's kind of what I realized throughout my time here on LinkedIn, and a lot of people have been posting about that too. So reading a lot of those posts, and I realized that I'm not really making a mistake by just investing in my time into LinkedIn, which is just going to be my um just a huge building block, just a stage for me to start my life. And it's never too early to get on these professional platforms and start engaging with people and start communicating, connecting, and uh, figuring out your specialties, what you do best, and all that stuff. So that's what I figured out pretty um, early. I've been doing video production for 4 years, so in 2022 I just decided to start a YouTube channel and see where it goes. And now I am where I'm at. So that's cool. Anyways, yeah, I've had one viewer the entire time, and that's my dad. Well, thank you, my loyal viewer. Thank you for the engagement as well. I hope that people watch this on replay and hear my message. There was plenty of people who said, well, I posted a poll about what topic they wanted me to talk about. There were 4 votes for this topic. So, hey, whoever is going to be available on LinkedIn now. So watch it, and thank you for watching, I guess. So here's a goodbye, I would say, since it is 35 minutes in, and I said 30 minutes, but I wanted to cover a little more. So I did, and now it's pretty late. So I'll be going now. And I'll be back possibly, I'm not sure, either Thursday because it's one of my freest days of the week, or I'll be back next Sunday at around the same time, like 1 p.m. We'll see how uh, everything, maybe a little earlier, who knows. They can watch on the rerun here on YouTube. Yeah, so like I said, I also streamed it to YouTube, so you can either watch it on LinkedIn, on YouTube. I think the live stream will be like circulated in the feed and the algorithm or whatever. So it'll probably gather views that way too and impressions. So yeah. So if you see it on a rerun, thanks for your support, even retrospectively, of course. And yeah, I'll be growing my connections and network and building my professional brand. I'll continue it. I'll be consistent with it, and I'll be, one of the youngest probably to do it actively. So yeah, like I said, either Thursday, uh, sometime either late afternoon or evening, something like that, or Sunday at about the same time. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on